Hello, Byler Nation. I have something to tell you, honestly. I've just finished watching Stranger Things finale and I don't know what to say. I literally, while I was watching, I also was recording myself, but I don't know, I think it's been like 20 minutes into the episode when I realized that I don't need I don't need to record myself. I'm not going to have any fucking, you know, emotions that are worth sharing. Okay, so first and foremost, um, I think it's important. Maybe it is for some people, maybe it's not. I think it's important to tell you guys that I'm not queer. I'm straight, but I'm very like queer friendly, and can recognize a very beautiful setup for a good pairing for a good couple. When I was first watching Stranger Things, I didn't see Byler at all, but upon rewatching this, I couldn't unsee it. Like every single scene with Will and Mike made so much sense to me. And then I found out that people on the internet are actually like cooking with all the theories, with everything that they found throughout all seasons, like everything that's been Byler coded. And I've been watching those videos, I've been eating them up, and I believed with all my heart. I actually believed up until the very end. You guys, you do not understand. I've been watching episode 8. At some point, I was like, oh, I don't care what happens next because it was boring. I didn't want to continue watching it, but I was watching it because I thought that Byler could actually happen. Like as I said before, I did the recording. I recorded myself, and in this recording, in the very beginning, when I heard this, like we can be best friends, I started crying right after that, and then I said, "There is no way, there is no fucking way they queer baited us this badly." I said that Byler is happening. Otherwise, I cannot even begin to comprehend what Duffers did. And it actually happened. Like, are you telling me that Finn Wolfhard saying in one of his interviews that painting lie is going to pay off? That like what the fuck? Where in the hell did the painting lie paid off? Will literally sacrificing his own feelings and making Mike believe that Eleven loves him paid off? In what way? In the very last moments when Mike was hugging Eleven and she said, "I love you," he didn't say it back. I was watching this scene and I was like, okay, so just say it. Like I was bracing myself for him to say it back, but he didn't even say it. He didn't even say it back. Like what the hell? You know what? The worst thing in everything that happened is that Mike Wheeler was my favorite fucking character. And I believed with all my heart that there's been some depth to this character that we're just, the Duffers didn't let us into, and that we're going to find out what the hell he was up to, what he was thinking, and everything in between. But it just turns out that he's nothing. He's just what? What the fuck is Mike Quiller? Like since season 3, he's been acting like a jerk. In season 4, he's been an awful boyfriend to Eleven and an awful friend to Will. And apparently, it was for nothing. That's just who Mike is. He's an awful boyfriend and an awful friend. And I know how it usually is. It's very hard to open up. It's how I usually am. I have a lot of feelings just bottle up. I don't open up to many people. I prefer to keep everything to myself, and I thought that Mike Wheeler was one of these characters who actually represents a lot of repressed emotions and whatnot, but he turned out to be just nothing. This is probably one of the most frustrating things out of everything. I don't even talk about the massive, the biggest fucking queer bait in the history of cinema. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about my favorite character. Every emotion that he put in volume 2, like, that's basically what Mike Wheeler is. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you. Okay, so as a straight person, I am baffled. So, what do we have right now? We have Will Byler suffering since season 1 through season 5. Never fucking catching a break. Never. Having, I'm not going to say crush because Mike is not his crush. He's been in love with Mike, and we know that. So he has this love for Mike. And we clearly see that Mike's and Eleven relationship do not work out at all since season 3. Season 3, season 4, and even in season 5, they barely talk to each other. They never fucking kissed. They've had a lot of interactions and never did they kiss. So we have this established, elaborate love triangle. For what? Like, what Duffers were trying to say. And you know what? I refuse. I refuse, and I will never fucking take anything that I said back. I honestly think that it has been a deliberate choice. The Duffers and, I don't know, Sean Levy, like the writers, every choice they made, it led us to believe that this is going to happen. One time it happens, it can be a coincidence or just a chance. The second time it happens, it can be a coincidence. But the third time it happens, it's a pattern. And since season 2, we've seen this pattern. Like, yes, that's a pattern. We're seeing it every single time. And in this last episode, Mike and Will has been literally glued to the hip to each other. And this thing kept me thinking, oh, they're cooking. Okay, maybe Mike said best friends, but you know, Mike and Will are always like this, like sloshed together. There is no way. It's just for, I don't know, for a clear. We never fucking address the painting. We never fucking addressed Mike being unable to say I love you to 11. Like, what the fuck was this plotline? What for? I have no idea, guys. Do you? Will being hopeful in volume 1 and asking Robin, like, what signs do you have to look for to know that the other person wants to date you? What the fuck was that for? What was that for? Guys, no, literally. Putting Byler aside, what was this for? The Am I stupid or something? I don't understand. Why would you want to tell an audience a story about searching for signs that someone wants to date you if you are not going to introduce something like a science or whatnot? This is literally, it feels like a fever dream. I wish that it was a dream and that I don't know, I wake up tomorrow and I see finale and it's a complete different thing. But I know that it's not. I know that the finale is finally out and we all saw this. We all saw what happened. We all saw that Mike ends up with no one. 11 is gone, probably dead, and Will is like with an epilogue boyfriend, which makes so much sense, right? Let me tell you this. If you believed in Byler, no matter what they say, no matter what they think, I believe and I know that we were not delusional. I honestly believe that what we saw actually existed. Maybe they were going to go along with Byler at some point, but decided against it. I don't know what happened, but every evidence that is out there in the internet and the media, everything that Byler theorists came up with, I think it's valid. I think it's true. And I'm never going to take anything I said back. Either it's been a massive, like the cruelest queer bait ever, which is also possible, and shitty people exist. We can't predict what show is going to have this queer bait and what show is not. It could be a massive queer bait, which is a possibility, and I accept that. It can also be a preordained kind of thing that actually, I don't know, went sideways or they decided to change plans for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. The only thing I know is that Byler is real, guys. Whatever you think, I know that we must all be deeply devastated right now, but I know that it exists and I know that it's true. Literally, no one in the world has the power to tell me and to make me believe that Byler wasn't set up. It was. It fucking was. This video is solely about Byler, but honestly, I have so much to say about finale as a whole. I've been sitting there and cringing for like 80% of the whole episode. I couldn't really catch a break from whatever nonsense there was happening. I was like, what the fuck? The dialogue? Guys, have you heard like the dialogues in the finale? It's been even worse than those in volume 2. And I've never been the one to actually pay attention to such kind of things, but like, holy hell. Looking back at season 1, 2, 3, even like 4, looking back at those 4 seasons and taking into consideration everything that happened in season 5, I have no idea what this show was about. No longer. I got emotional for a bit. I haven't cried really during the finale because I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe like what I was seeing. I was looking at it and I was like, there is no fucking way it's happening. And after I watched the finale, I had to go to my relative's house and we had a fun time. We drank a lot. I'm tipsy right now, to be honest. I don't know, even tipsy. Maybe I'm drunk, like fully drunk right now. I just got back home and I felt like I have to speak my mind right now because there is no way I'm going to mope around. I'm going to sulk about whatever happened in episode 8 any longer. This is the last time I'm actually being very invested in the story. I put an end to Stranger Things obsession right now. You know what I actually want to say right now to every Byler believer that is out there? Guys, you have no idea how much comfort you brought me. You have no idea. I've never felt like the sense of belonging. Never ever. It's been you. You were so nice, and your theories and your passion about this ship. It's been such a joy and a pleasure to be a part of this story, to be a part of this community, and I loved every single second of it. And I'm here with you. And if you watch this video, just know that I please just, I don't know, close your eyes or something and imagine that I hug you like really, really tight. We deserve love. We deserve to be loved. We deserve to have what we want. If you have this long lasting crush on someone, go fucking tell them. Go tell them you like them. If you have this problem or this issue or something that's bothering you, find someone to confide in. Find someone to talk to. You can do it easily. It can be your relative or your friend or even a stranger on the street. Like, just go and ask them to listen and tell them, open up. Open up to people, open up to the world, open up to millions of possibilities. Do this. Do this. I encourage you to be brave. I encourage you to persevere. Even when the world tells you it's not going to work, fuck the world. It's going to work. If you ever felt like you wanted something and you couldn't achieve it, you can. Just go and fucking do this. Go and say things that you wanted to say. Go and confess your feelings to someone who you really like or love. If you love your family, go and hug them. Go tell them you love them right now. I never planned to record this video. I never thought it actually could go this wrong. Honestly, up until the very end, guys, honestly, up until the very end, I thought that Byler is an end game. Like, up until I saw, like, up until I saw the black screen, I thought that Byler is an end game. I'm telling you, I was convinced. I was so convinced I couldn't even believe until I saw like the black screen and everything. So naturally, I never planned this video to be recorded. I never planned to cry my soul out in front of everyone. I have no idea how many people are going to see this. Maybe not so many, maybe a lot. I don't care. What I care about is just us being together. And we've been together since what? Since forever, guys. We've been together and we were right. Never ever entertain a possibility that what we saw is wrong. What we saw was right. We were right. They just were scared. Or they're just fucking imbeciles. those people are cruel. We don't have to be. From this day forth, I'm saying goodbye to Stranger Things. Like for good now. No, I'll be reading some fan fictions, definitely, because there is no way I can get over this big of a disappointment. I might write some myself. People are saying that I'm a very good writer. Maybe I should. At the end of the day, that's just a fictional story. I was very invested in this fictional story. I do get weird sometimes about something like that. I've been with Stranger Things since 2016 or something, so it's been like 10 years already. So, as you could probably guess, this story has infiltrated my life to an extent where I actually think that it matters. What happens in this story matters to me. This is probably the reason why I'm crashing out. I'll get over it sooner or later. I hope sooner because I have shit tons of responsibilities and just, my life is catching up to me. Like the beginning of 2026 has been shitty, maybe for the majority of Stranger Things audience, because I believe if it's not like, again, aside from Byler, I believe that a lot of people didn't like the finale, and I'm going to see a lot of bad reviews about this episode. Let's make 2026 the best year of our lives. I'm going to. I have a lot of plans, like, and you know what? Byler didn't happen, like, didn't become canon, but it's real. It's real. And I'm gonna be indulging into Byler for forever because it's really sweet. Like, this ship, the pairing is sweet. It has so much depth to it. Sign me up, baby. So yeah, fuck Duffers, fuck Sean Levy, fuck Netflix. I don't think we won, but I think we're still right. Which basically means that we won. I don't know how to say goodbye. I'm just going to again express my love and gratitude. Thanks for being such a fantastic fandom. Like I'm talking to Byler people and to every like queer friendly person out there. Thanks for sharing this fantastic time with me. It's been a joy and a pleasure, and I hope we'll see each other again sometime. Bye.